Hello, we are going to be doing strength session 2 today, which I'm very excited about. You are going to need some equipment. We're going to need a long band, a heavier dumbbell and some lighter dumbbells. We're going to go through a little bit of a warm-up this morning. We're just going to do some of our breathing, our connection breath, a little bit of spinal mobility with our cat camel, just warm up those shoulders and just some bending in through the hips for some hip mobility. I'm just going to move my screen, one sec, my whiteboard, so I can see what I'm doing. There we go. And you, sir, can come here. Right, so today we're going to do some lat work with our band. We've got some chest press, goblet squats, some rows, hip thrust, and some lateral raises, so a little bit of a whole body workout as we transition into our strength training, which is very, very exciting. I know that you did your first strength session the other day and it does feel really good. I trained at the gym for the first time in like a week and a half yesterday and my body feels amazing. All right, so let's get started with some breathing. We are in week 5, so we are in the seated position. We're just gonna get our hands and wrap them around our rib cage, thumbs on the back, fingertips at the front. We're just going to take 10 nice deep breaths. I just like to close my eyes because I'm a very visual person and I find I can connect a little bit better with my body. Let's go 10 breaths, breathing in through the nose. And as we breathe in, we want to feel our rib cage expand in all directions. Nice deep breaths and breathe out through the mouth. We want to make it quite audible breaths. Why? Because breath 2 and out. It really helps us engage our deep core properly. So when we need to do very specific breath work for our core, we have that very audible out noise. Breathing in for breath 3. We're just going to go to 10 breaths here. Making sure that the rib cage is expanding in all directions. The tummy will move up slightly, but we don't want to breathe into the belly. And the upper chest will rise a little bit, but we just don't want to be breathing directly into the upper chest. This is breath 6 for me. If you have any questions throughout, feel free to unmute yourself and ask away. Two more. Breathing in nice and slow through the nose. And out. And one more. Good job. Let's take a little break. I do just need a sip of water. To be honest, today has been a very emotional morning for me. Best practice for me is to really allow myself to feel what I need to feel, even if it's very uncomfortable and very painful. That allows me to really process and move through. And I think it's important to also show up for yourself. And obviously I need to show up for you girls, which is very helpful for me in helping kind of continue to move along through my day. Let's come into our connection breath. So remembering our connection breath is our breath in, rib cage expanding. We want to focus on that pelvic floor lengthening and relaxing. So we're pushing that pelvic floor just into that basement. We're not bearing down and putting pressure on. We're just releasing into the basement. As we breathe out, I want you to focus on closing all 3 holes. So your urethra, your vaginal opening, your anus will close. And then we're going to breathe out, continue to breathe out, lift up the pelvic floor. We're going to lift up the deep core, the TA, focusing on that lower pubic bone, those hip bones coming together. And as we continue to breathe out, really bringing this all together and tightening. Being in this upright position, we are going to be using a lot more of our core stabilizing muscles as well, which can make it a little bit more challenging. And you might also feel a lot more of your back getting involved. So remembering our TA runs right from our spine, right around to the front. And we also have our multifidus, which is a part of our core canister, which is that deep core spine muscle, stabilizing muscle. So we will also get that coming into play as well, which is what we want. So we've got 10 reps of our connection breath here. Again, I'm just going to close my eyes as it helps me visualize a lot easier. I'm going to breathe in to my rib cage, my diaphragm's moving down. I am focusing on purposely relaxing my pelvic floor. I'm going to start breathing out, close off all my holes, lift them up. I'm trying to get just to level 1. We don't need a peak contraction of the pelvic floor. We're just trying to get a little support. I'm gonna keep breathing out and get that nice connection to my TA. And we want to make sure that we're fully relaxing between each breath. So really letting that tummy go as well, letting that core lengthen and letting that pelvic floor relax. Let's go in for breath 2. Breathing in, releasing the pelvic floor. Breathing out, closing, lifting. Keep breathing out. Get that TA. And release. Breathing in, pelvic floor goes to the basement. Breathing out, contract, lift, continue to breathe out, focus on that core tightening. That's 3, let's go for 4. Breathing in, release, relax. Breathing out, lifting, and that TA comes together. Really want you to start, yes, focusing on that lower TA, but I really want you to start feeling that mid and upper TA coming together as well. Breathing in, release, relax. Breathe out, close, lift, hips come together. As we come up to that top of TA, it's going to bring our ribs down, but we're not crunching through. So it's like our ribs are coming down, but we're also focusing on lifting up as much as we can. Relax. Breathing in, releasing, relax. Pelvic floor goes to basement, breathing out. Close, lift. TA zips all the way up. And release. Let's go 3 more reps. Breathing in, relaxing that pelvic floor. Breathing out, tightening, lifting. TA. 2 more. Breathe in, just release everything for me. We'll go 2 more breaths. Breathing in, pelvic floor to basement. Breathe out, contract, lift. TA. Good. Release, relax. And let's go 1 more. Breathing in, pelvic floor releasing, relaxing. Breathing out, close, lift. TA comes together nice and tall. Hold it, hold it, hold it. And release. Good, just take a couple of deep breaths here. Just really make sure we're nice and relaxed and we're letting our core pelvic floor come back to its normal or neutral tone. Good job. All right, let's go into some cat camels just for some spinal and thoracic mobility. So onto our hands and knees. I like to always start off with just my pelvis neutral position just for good practice. Now, as we breathe in, we want to come into a nice extension. Oh, I'm a bit tight from my deadlift yesterday. Really relax into it. And if you can, try and relax into those shoulder blades as well. So we're not kind of pulling the shoulder blades up to our ears, more relaxing them back down into those back pockets. Get as much mobility as through your scapula, thoracic as you can. Breathing in, and as we breathe out, lifting up that lower TA, almost vertebrae by vertebrae, come into a nice flexion. Let's go 10 reps, breathing in, extension, expanding that belly, breath into the belly, breathing out, into flexion, 2, 3, 4, in through your nose, 5, 6, 7, breathing in, extension, tilting that pelvis forward, out, lift up from the lower core, pushing through the shoulder blades. 2 more. 9. Last one. Good job. Just coming into a tall kneeling position, we'll just work through our shoulders. So we'll just roll our shoulders forward, warming up the body a little bit. Sorry, I'm rolling my shoulders backwards. Now we can go to forward or just go the opposite way. Good job. And just coming to some arm circles. I'm going to give myself some more space so I don't hit the wall. Oh, that just feels so good. Open up that chest. Big breaths. And the other way. Two more. 4, 5. And we're just going to come into some mobility through our legs, our hamstrings. So standing up nice and tall. We're going to breathe in. I might be cut off a little bit. Breathe in. Arms come overhead. Breathe out. Bend from the hips. Get length in through our hamstrings. Just sit there for a minute. Breathe in. Come up. Arms come up over our head. Breathe out. Rotate arms back. Bend from the hips. Stay here for a little bit longer. You can bend your knees slightly if you need to. Let's come up. As we're coming up, let's try and use our hamstrings and our glutes. So we're really warming up those hammies and glutes as well. Breathing in, arms overhead. Breathing out, arms come round and down as we bend from the hips. Plant our hands down, rock back and forth. We're going to walk our hands out. If we can, we're going to go into a plank hold. If you need to come down onto your knees, that's okay. Hold it here. 3, 2, 1. Coming into child's pose. And then from here, we're just going to reach to the left side. Big breath into the side of our ribs here. And then we're going to come over to the right side. Big breath into the side of the ribs. Good job. Hands back to center. Up on our hands and knees. Let's bring our feet back up on our toes, back into our feet. Nice stretch into those hamstrings and calves. Walk our hands back to our feet, using our hamstrings and our glutes to be back in our standing position. All right, now that I feel a little bit warm, going to grab a drink of water. We're going to start with our long band. We're going to do some lats. I don't know if I mentioned that we are going to need either a bench or a seat today as well. So we're just going to come in a seated position. I've got my long band, which I'm going to fold in half. We'll try that for resistance. If it's too much, we can 6, start. So get your lung band, we're just gonna put it around our wrists. So this is gonna be a little bit harder, and a little bit further down our elbow will be a little bit easier. So let's just try on our wrists, see how you go. From here, our arms come overhead. When our arms are overhead, we want to make sure that we're not flaring the ribs or arching the lower back. So we want to aim for that nice pelvis neutral position. So we don't need to overcorrect. A little bit of curve in that lower spine is normal, how our normal spine is. And again, just making sure that we're not flaring from those ribs. So using our core to help keep our ribs down. From here, we're going to take, we're going to take a breath in, and we're going to breathe out and pull apart. Now that resistance is quite challenging. So what I'm going to do is just tie a knot in my long band for a little less resistance. All right, we've got 10 reps here. Breathing in, breathing out, whoop, pulling down, 1. Good. We want to try and let those shoulder blades go and get as much range through our shoulder blades as possible. So breathing in, bring those shoulder blades back first, this is the first part of the movement, pushing out against the band and down for 2. 3. And when we're breathing out, focusing on lifting that lower core up. 4, that's going to help bring our rib cage down as well. When we activate that deep core. I'm so bad at counting, guys. 5, 6, 7. This is actually really challenging, especially for those rear delts as well. 8, 2 more. 9. So as we breathe out, really lifting up that lower core, but then initiating the movement. 10. Good, release. This is a tricep, so we're going to straight into a chest press. So we're going to use the band. In the program, it is half kneeling. We do half kneeling because it requires a little bit more core stabilization and a lot more of that integration of our core work into our movements. But just for today, just the setup that we have, we're just going to do a banded supine or laying chest press. So if you need to, use that side lying position to help protect your core. I've got the band around my back and in my hands. We're going to go 10 reps here, so we can bring our elbows right down to the floor and kind of release the muscles. This is just a great way for us to generate some more tension in this shorter range. From there, I'm going to breathe in, breathe out, connect to my core first, then initiate the movement for 1. Control it down, breathing in. So what I'm also going to try and do is practice my TVA hold with my mini breath here. So this is going to help with the endurance of our core. So I'm going to keep that contraction, do my mini breath into my rib cage. For 2, let's try and get to 5 with our mini breaths. 3, 4, control on the way down. That 5, good. That down movement, eccentric movement is still a contraction. Let's take a big breath in, release, relax. Breathe out, connect to that core again. Lift up from the lower TA. Let's go for another 5 reps. 1, mini breath. 2, mini breath. 3, 2 more. 4, breath in. 5, and release, making sure that we're fully relaxing. Next exercise, is a goblet box squat, very exciting. So you'll need your chair or your box. This is body weight. If you are feeling strong, you can slowly progress to a lighter weight, which we do in the next phase anyway. We start doing a goblet squat. So I am just going to use, I would recommend maybe like a 3 kilos. I am going to use the 10 kilo because I am not postpartum and I would like a challenge today. Otherwise, you'll just do this body weight. So we're going to breathe in on the way down, controlling that squat movement. And we're going to breathe out on the way up. And when I'm in this top position, whoopie-doop, I'm really focusing on, hello, my TA up nice and tall. Going for number 2. We're supposed to be doing 12 reps. I hope we've been doing 12. I told you, counting is not my forte. Breathing in and out for 3. In. We want to try and control that whole movement, controlling all the way down to the box. If you can't do that, then you definitely shouldn't be holding the weight. And out. 6. 7. Feeling in on the way down and out. Lifting up that TA. 9. And one more for 10. Great job. So you're supposed to be going to 12. We'll do 12 next set. We'll have 30 seconds rest. We'll do 2 more sets and then we'll go into our next little tricep. Hello, camera. All right. How's everyone feeling? Can you type in the chat? Do I have chat open? Any questions at the moment? All good. There we go. There's chat. Excellent. All right, let's go into set number 2. I'm just going to tie that knot to my band again. 12 reps, Karine. Here we go. Again, easier if we have it closer to our elbows, harder if we have it up towards our wrists. Making sure that we're in that nice pelvis neutral position and we have that good rib to hip alignment, especially as we start going overhead. It can be a little bit trickier. So in this position here, I'm releasing my shoulder blades. I want to get as much range through my shoulder blades as possible. I'm going to breathe in initially to my rib cage. I'm going to start breathing out first, get that good core contraction, and then pull down and pushing out for 1. Breathe in, breathe out, core contraction, then initiate movement. 2. We want to stabilize, then move. 3, we're going at 12 reps. 4. 5. Oh. Be strong. 6. 7. Keep that breath going. We want that audible breath because it's really going to help with that core connection. 9. 3 more to go. 10. 2 more. 11. Last one. 12. Well done. Oh, my shoulders. All right, let's undo that band. I'm going to pop it around our back, come into our chest press, laying down. Again, using that side lying technique. If we have some diastasis, we want to focus on protecting our core. Now let's see if we can do all 10 reps with the mini breath. If you can't, that's fine. You can stop, do your whole breath, and then go again. Okay, breathing in, breathing out, connecting. to our core, then we start the reps. 1 mini breath, 2 mini breath. We're breathing out as we contract and tightening that core even more. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 2 more, 11, and 12. Full release. Woo! Making sure that we're not clenching our glutes when we're in that position either. Rolling to the side and pushing up if we need to. Coming into our body weight box squats, only using a weight at this stage if you can control the movement all the way down to the box with good form. All right, we've got 12 reps. My camera's probably going to go a little bit blurry. I'm going to breathe in on the way down. Control. Breathe out on the way up. Stand tall, core is engaged. 2, 3. Remembering a lot of these early stages postpartum with our programming is about intention. You can make the easiest exercises difficult when you are concentrating and really trying to contract the correct muscles. 9, 10, 2 more, 11, last one, 12, well done. 30 seconds rest, we've got one more set. Just gonna put my fan on because I'm getting hot. Number 3 should be fine. Grab a sip of water if you need a sip of water. Remember, if you're unsure of anything, please make sure you let me know. Happy to answer any questions. All right, we have one more set and then we're going to our next superset. I'll just run through what we've got there. So we have a 3-point dumbbell row, so you will need your bench and your heavier dumbbell. We have dumbbell hip thrusts, again, bench or seat, and then a seated lateral raise with some lighter dumbbells. Okay, last set. Going to tie my band up again. Right, my shoulders are gonna be burning up in this. Okay, in a seated position, making sure I have good rib to hip alignment, especially when my arms come over my head. Want to get a nice big protraction, so shoulders, actually we're lifting up, lift our shoulder blades up. Going to breathe in to our rib cage as we breathe out. Really connect to that core, especially in a movement like this. Oh, that band goes again. Pushing out against the band and pulling down. For 2. Now it's always a good opportunity to practice that TA hold with the mini breath if we can. So what that means is as we breathe in this top position, I'm still holding onto my core. Take my mini breath in, breathe out of it as it comes down. 6, halfway. Otherwise, do your full release and progress where you can. 8, 9, 10, 2 more, 11, 12, hold it, 3, 2, 1, and up and release. Oh my God, that's actually so ouchy. All right, undoing my band, coming into my press, popping that around my back. using my sideline technique, if we need to, onto my back. All right, again, same deal here. Let's start trying to integrate our TVA hold with mini breath into our strength movements as well, which is something that we do continue to use, especially as we progress to our barbells and that sort of thing as well. All right, not clenching my glutes, breathing in, making sure that I'm consciously relaxing that pelvic floor as well, lengthening it. I'm going to breathe out. Let's go 10 reps, 12 reps, 1, 2, let's see if we can do our mini breaths. 3, 4, 5, 6. If you need to have your breath to release and relax here, that's fine. 7, 8, 9, 10, 2 more. 11, triceps are starting to burn, and 12. Good, rest. Woo. And then we have our squats. Rolling over, pushing up. Body weight or light dumbbell, again, only if we have good form and we can control the weight, our body, all the way down to the seat. Legs wherever's comfortable, everyone squats differently. Going to breathe in on the way down, out on the way up. Breathing in. TA, glutes at the top. 2, we've got 12 reps. 3, 4, 5, in on the way down. If you need to go a bit slower, that's fine. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 2 more. Breathing in and out. Well done. Another little rest. We have our dumbbell row, our hip thrust, and then our seated lat raise. Light water break. Have a sip of water if you need one. I'm going to bring this in just a bit further so I can sit here. Do my lat raises. Right, a little bit longer rest. Don't need a band anymore. Oakley, Oakley. So you can do your dumbbell row a couple of different ways, kind of depending on what you want to achieve really. I've got my bigger weight here. I like to come into a bit of a split stance. I find that the easiest. You can either do opposite leg to weight or same leg as the weight. Opposite is going to be a little bit easier. The same leg is really just going to load the same side, so you do need a little bit more core control. So we can start off with opposite leg. You can also do legs in the same, rather than staggered in the same position, if that's a little bit easier for you as well. When we come into our row, what we want to aim to do is have that nice, again, neutral spine and neutral pelvis. A lot of people either end up really tilted this way or quite around like this, or even very forward over the box. So we want to make sure that we're in a nice, I guess more of an extension. It would feel more like an extension. My hamstrings are a little bit tight after yesterday's deadlift, so I can feel a big stretch in here. But tilting that pelvis forward is going to help a lot of the muscles along my spine and in my back activate correctly, rather than being in this position and loading a little bit more like our QL. So focus on a bit more of that extension in through the spine and pelvis coming forward. We want our shoulder blade to relax down. So we want to get as much range, look at that tan line, it's so bad, as much range through our shoulder blade as possible without dropping down and rotating through. So there might always be a little bit of rotation because of the nature of the exercise, but we just don't want to fully be sagging down. So we have to have a nice strong core and stable legs. And as we pull the weight, we want to focus on pulling towards our hip. We don't need to come too much higher than our body, aligned with our body. A lot of mistakes people make is they kind of really pull up towards here. So I'm using a lot of my upper trap, my shoulder is now rotated forward, and I have a lot of flexion in my elbow, so I'm using a lot of my bicep. I'm not using much of my back at all. I'm going to pull towards the hip. You can see that there's not much flexion in my elbow at all. Naturally going to use a little bit of my bicep, but the more flexion I have here, the more bicep I'm trying to use. So you kind of want to relax from the elbow, really use that trap and lat to help pull the elbow towards the hip. All right, we've got 12 reps on each side. Picking up my weight, breathing in, going to breathe out, activate my core, pull towards my hip for 1 rep. 2. Trying to just get a little bit of a pause at the end just to stop any momentum and really load up the muscles of the back. 4, 5, 6, 7. The shoulder is also really starting to hurt. 8, 9, and pulling my elbow back. 11, one more. 12, good job. Swap arms, swap legs. 12 on the other arm. All right, stabilizing myself, making sure that everything switched on, nice neutral back. Breathing in, releasing that shoulder blade down a little bit without rotating. Breathing out, connecting to my core, pulling back to my hip. 1, 2, 3. Got 12 reps here, let's work through them. 6, 7, 9. 2 more. 11, breath in, breathe out, connect the core. 12. This is so hard today. All right, hip thrust. So I'm going to come down onto my bench or my chair. I'm going to grab my weight, put that onto my hips. Now, as we come up onto the bench, you want to make sure that you don't push your belly out. Good TA connection. Okay, starting position, hips are tucked under. As we come down, I don't want you to release your hips and flay your chest and your neck to be back here. Want hips around, ribs down, chin stays to neck. We've got 10 reps, 12 reps here. Breathing in, breathing out. And as I come through, squeezing my glutes, chin stays down. It's gonna help get a really nice connection to our glutes. And again, keep that rib to hip connection for you. Breathing in, breathing out, squeeze. And I'm coming down, you can see that I'm hinging from here, from the bench on my back. I'm not coming around like this. We want to keep everything tucked and tight. I'm gonna say that's 4. 5. Contraction on the way down too. So even though we're extending the muscles, we want to try and keep that contraction. 4, 5, 6, 7, breathing in, releasing, 8, 2 more, and last one. Good job, all the way down. Let's take the weight off our hips. Coming into our seated lat raise. So sitting on our chair or our bench. Nice position with our spine. So again, we're looking for that nice rib hip connection. We don't want to be too tilted in through the back. Now my ribs are expanding. This is lengthening. It's hard for me to get connection to my core. So just a nice neutral position with our pelvis, keeping those ribs down. Grabbing onto our weights. With our lat raise, we want to lead with the elbow. So we're trying to isolate our delt muscle here. It's very common for a lot of women to kind of lead with their traps. We want to be up nice and tall. So I'm using that TA, my multifidus through my spine. And my shoulder blades are down. So I've got them retracted, depressed, sitting in their back pocket. So I want to try and keep nice and strong through my back. When I think about this movement, I think about just moving from the shoulder and this muscle here shortening to do so. So I'm going to breathe in, and as I breathe out, leading with my elbow. And out, connect to core, shoulder blades stay in place. We've got a question. I have to jump off. Yep, no worry. All good. You can finish your second later. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, good, 2 more, 11, and last one, 12, good. We're gonna go for a 30-second rest, and we have 2 more sets and then we're done. Exciting. Right, hope everyone is feeling it, because I definitely am. Love this camera, but it is very annoying how it goes blurry all the time, tries to focus. All right, let's go. 12 reps of our rows. I'm going to start off with the arm that I finished on last time. Let's pick up the pace a little bit this set, now that we've talked a little bit about form. Making sure we've got that nice neutral spine. Release that shoulder blade. Breathe in, out, pull towards the hip for 1. Connect to core. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 2 more. And last one. Well done. Other arm. 12 reps here, mamas. 1, 2, pulling towards our hip. In and out. Breathing in on the way down. Breathe out, connect to core. Pull. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're nearly there. 10, 2 more. 11 and 12. Well done. Coming into our hip thrust. Popping that weight on my hips. Connecting to core to lift up.
Finding place just below or on my shoulder blades. Got 12 reps here. Pelvis tucked under. Nice rib to hip connection. Breathing in on the way down. Out. Lifting up that TA for 1, 2, 3. Well done. 5, 6, 8. Let's go. 2 more. 10, 11. Last one. Whoa, well done. Release. Now we have our lat raise. 12 reps. Making sure, again, that we have good posture. Sitting up nice and tall. Deep core activated. Shoulder blades down. 12 reps. Breathing in and out. In on the way down. Control the weight. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 2 more. 11. Last one. 12. Well done. We have 1 more set. Just going to grab some water and then we are done for today. I really enjoy doing these sessions with you. It's actually really motivating for me as well. Okay. All right. Ready? Last set, and then we're done for today. We're gonna feel really good. Yeah. Okay, I'm just huffing at myself. Right, and a staggered stance. Pelvis tilted forward slightly just to help with that nice neutral spine. You don't want to be tucked around here. You want to lengthen and use our spinal muscles. I hope you're used to my singing by now. All right, can you tell I'm procrastinating? 12 reps, let's go. Breathing in, connecting to core, pulling towards hip. 1, 2, so I am trying to keep that TA engaged the whole time if we can. 4, 5, 6. If we need to release with each breath, that's fine. 7. Release the breath, release the core. Breathe it out, activate core. 8, 9, 10. 2 more. 1 more. Well done. Swap arms, swap legs. 12 reps on this side. Let's go. Breathing in. Breathe out, connect to core. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 2 more. 11. Last one. 12. Good job. All right. Hip thrust. Onto our hips. Let's go. Last set. All right. Pelvis under, ribs down, chin tucked, chin tucked. Breathing into our rib cage. Breathing out. Coming into our thrust. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I let my pelvis rotate too much there. 11, 12. Good job. Last little lat raises. Ugh. On our bench. All right, let's go. Sitting up nice and tall. Shoulder blades back and down. Breathe in. Breathe out. Connect to core. Raise. 1, 2. If you can do our mini breaths, that's great. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 2 more. Let's go. 10. Try and control that movement. 11. And 12. Awesome. Awesome work. Oh, let's just take a moment to ourselves. Going to move my bench out of the road. Going to come and lay on our backs and just rest. Let our body relax, especially after a session like that. It's important to make sure that we are fully relaxed. Our pelvic floor is able to let go and lengthen. You can have your knees bent or your legs straight, whatever's most comfy for you. And we're just going to take a few deep breaths here, just to calm our body, calm our mind, and to appreciate where we are. You're showing up for yourself, and in turn allows you to show up for those around you. You are a better person, the best person you can be, when you take that time and invest in yourself. Taking a moment to appreciate our body, what it's helped us create and helped us achieve. We might not feel fully comfortable in our body at the moment, and that's okay. We need to accept how we do feel in our body at the moment, whilst being able to work towards what we do want to achieve. We're going to take a few breaths to breathe in gratitude, breathe in our desires, breathe in what we want to achieve. And we're going to breathe out everything that is no longer serving us. Let's go 2 more breaths. Breathing in what does serve us. Breathing in who we want to be. Breathing in how we want to show up. Breathe out all the thoughts, the feelings, the actions that don't serve us anymore. 1 more breath. Bringing in, breathing in. Intention. Breathing out what doesn't serve us anymore. Excellent job. I'm really proud of you for being here. I'm really proud of you for showing up. And thank you for being here with me as well. It really took. Yeah, I just appreciate you. I hope you all have a fantastic day. And I will see you next week with my really bad tan at 11:30. Bye.